And then we've got Birds of Prey's Kristana Hodson, who wrote the screenplay. Oh my god, this is going to be a disaster already. And previously discussed how Batgirl would explore a time when Babs Gordon is coming to grips with who she is and who she is destined to become. Okay.
Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me.
Hello, this is your television speaking. Let's push the button marked idiot and see what comes out.
Well, this was totally unexpected. I'm supposed to be hibernating, but guess what? This news story from yesterday broke my hibernation. Am I furious? No. Am I angry? No. Am I happy? Maybe. But listen, the reason why I was taking a little hiatus because YouTube is a cruel task mistress. Of course, it's run by a woman who is probably insufferable anyway. Like most of the women I know in my life, they are insufferable. Susan Wojcicki has no clue how to police YouTube. By her own admission, she has actually said that. I made a video about that and I will link it to this video right here. But holy mackerel, Batman, what just happened? Batgirl, the movie, has been scrapped. And it gets so much worse. So let's get into it, folks, because this is courtesy of a ragtag British newspaper whose name I don't want to mention. I don't want to give them any credit, but if you can tell by the font on the side, you'll probably know who it is. But irredeemable Batgirl movie unexpectedly cancelled despite being in its final stages. Now, as you know, J.K. Simmons was reprising his role as Commissioner Gordon. Brendan Fraser was going to be there as Garfield, not the cat, mind you. And then, of course, you're using someone like the GOAT, Michael Keaton's 1989 Batman, to basically prop this disaster of a Batgirl. And look, if you saw my previous video, which I made a few months ago, I sort of foreshadowed what might happen. I mean, they got the writer from Birds of Prey to write the screenplay for this. What is that telling you already, folks? I mean, oh my god. So, when we get into this, it's just going to get more funnier, folks. The previously announced Batgirl film starring In the Heights actress Leslie Grace. If you go to her IMDb page, she's got 19 film credits, but 17 of those are her insipid generic pop videos. 2 film credits, In the Heights, like they mentioned here, and Batgirl. But maybe that could be reduced to 1 film credit now, because I think the way that it works is the film has to be officially released for it to be endorsed on IMDb. Right now, this is being reported as a cancelled DC movie. Now, the movie directors Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah. The film was initially greenlit in 2021 as part of a wider, shall we say, agenda-filled move at Warner Brothers to create feature films specifically for the streaming service HBO Max. While that is true, I do believe that Warner Brothers had their own agenda because, you know, when we talk about the events of 2020, and you know what I'm talking about, which caused Hollywood to go into a complete woke meltdown and try to be a more gentler, diverse, inclusive Hollywood when it was already that anyway. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But Hollywood, in their infinite wisdom, just don't know that, and they keep taking the funny pills, glug glug glug, and carry on like nothing has happened. And look, I've had my issues with the casting of Leslie Grace. I never heard of her. I talked in my previous video how emaciated she looked. The girl looked very, very unhealthy. And you know what? And I'm going to always keep saying this, but my favorite choice to play Batgirl, if you know what, if Warner Brothers actually did their due diligence, if they had better management back in, say, 2012 onward, I think we would have had a much different DC. They were making the dark films, or Marvel are doing their happy, fluffy, shiny movies. And that would have been a nice contrast, a bit of yin and yang. But of course, when you bring on Joss Whedon to redirect or to put his own spin on the Justice League, making it more like a Marvel film trapped in the DC universe, what do you think was going to happen? That's all I'm going to say on that one. So, I mean, apart from Leslie Grace, who to me didn't seem like the most brilliant choice ever. I mean, they did screen tests for this and they didn't go down very well, which will probably be oopsie doopsie. And yeah, the New York Post broke the story yesterday, and they think an unspeakable Batgirl is going to be irredeemable. The source told the New York Post. Oh, unspeakable. What does that mean? Oh, that is hilarious. Holy hell, Batman. I can't believe what I'm reading here. I mean, there have been some instances where they've had to totally scrap a movie and reshoot it because I think it was the John Gotti movie with Kevin Spacey, and they had to replace him with Christopher Plummer. That's an example I can think of, but I'm sure it's happened. Maybe there are untold stories that we don't know about in Hollywood. Now, I've got to stress this, but when the DC Universe was announced in 2013, unofficially with Man of Steel, what they should have done was to have brought Batgirl in, like bring her as in a brief cameo, get someone like Anna Kendrick. Now, she is the woman that I would love to have played Batgirl. First of all, she looks like Barbara Gordon. I mean, she's based as hell. And yeah, I like this side-by-side comparison here, but I also love this fan art right here. Now, are you telling me you wouldn't pay big bucks to go and see Anna Kendrick as Batgirl and that sexy skin-tight outfit like that? She would be game for it, absolutely. And yeah, she's on the slim side, but at least the suit will be accentuating her curves. And it wouldn't be the Burnside outfit, it would be this artist impression right here, which I absolutely love. And so Anna Kendrick, like if you've seen the film The Accountant, where she co-starred with Ben Affleck, to me that was like, he's Batman, she's Robin. They've even got this picture here where she dresses up as Robin anyway next to him. So why wasn't anybody at Warner Brothers sat there thinking, hang on a minute, why don't we cast her as Babs Gordon? Just bring her into the movie, into the next Batman film. They could have brought her in Batman vs Superman. Just give her like 10 minutes of screen time, see how the audience would warm to her. Anna Kendrick is a big time star. Yeah, she hasn't done anything recently, but her name alone, she's very popular on Twitter. She's a very funny woman. I've seen her in interviews. She would have been the perfect Babs Gordon / Batgirl for me, absolutely. But if we go over to Leslie Grace's Twitter now, I wasn't expecting to see this, but I thought this was pretty funny actually. So it's like, we love you, Grace, we're gonna miss you. So shall we take a look at what they're howling about? And by the way, I've got to say, Jeff Keighley, his cringe tweet about, oh, Slay Queen, Batgirl, you're gonna be so great, you're gonna be so awesome. Now Jeff, do me a favor, mate, just stick to video game presentation. Scrap your boring summer game fest or summer bore fest as it became this year, because wow, we were all crying out for E3 and we're getting E3 2023 next year. It's going to be awesome. But we're going to click on this picture right here. So that is, yeah, Burnside outfit Batgirl. Look at the cheeks sunk in. How is that meant to be a crime fighter to you, right? I don't believe that for 1 second. Then we've got this. I mean, the costume looks terrible. I remember the directors were attacking people who said, oh, this is just an awful looking outfit. It's CW cringe. And, well, wait and see until the final product comes out. But you got two, I wouldn't say they're inexperienced directors, but if you're suddenly going from Bad Boys for Life into a major DC project of a character that nobody has seen being introduced in earlier DCEU films, how do you think this is going to go down, huh? And we get, oh my God, Jesus. Wow, I mean, the kid's got more muscles than she has. That is the worst thing I've ever seen. No, and again, I know Batgirl's not meant to be buff. She's not meant to have biceps and tricep definition. I get that, but this costume is absolute cringe. Is there anything else to come? I wonder if there was. Or did I miss something? Let me have a look. There's that. No, that was it. That is it. So quite clearly, they're sad to see the demise of this film. But apparently, everyone will be talking about it in 2023. No, they won't. I actually replied to this person saying they won't. If the trades are already reporting it is going to be scrapped, I don't see why there would be a U-turn for Warner Brothers, and especially David Zaslav, who's actually a cost-cutting mogul right now. He's more interested in just, I don't know, it could be a good sign that he wants to bring back the OGs like Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill. I mean, have you not heard the cries out there, Mr. Zaslav? People want Henry Cavill to reprise his role as Clark Kent, Superman. Now, personally, if that was to happen, I would like Matthew Vaughn, to come on board. Give us a Superman film that would match Richard Donner's 1978 classic. That's what I'd like to see. And maybe, guys, this could be a sign that there might be a turn, a shift in the on the horizon, on the axis. We might start seeing things that the fans want to see, i.e. a Batgirl who's not race swapped. Just go to the original source. Let's see what we can do. Also, the Flash movie. Doesn't Batgirl make an appearance in that? So could they possibly scrap the Flash movie? I mean, why that hasn't been scrapped yet and why this film has gone ahead instead of that, I don't know what's going on there. And yeah, man. Oh, by the way, before I sign off, folks, I've got to talk about the Black Panther video, the reaction video that I made. It is currently the highest viewed video on my channel. Over 13,000 views. And I read the comments, I responded to some of the comments. Generally, people are just laughing at me, at my reaction, and I think that's great. In fact, one person even said that I have some of the worst overacting they've ever seen. And to you, sir or madam, I have to absolutely applaud your astute observation on that, because here on YouTube, folks, you can't sit in front of the camera and go, oh well, now here's my brand new video and I'm going to be talking about shoving cakes up my arse. Nope, you got to be lively, you got to be a bit over the top, you've got to use your inflections to get your point across. So yes, do I come across as cringeworthy in that Black Panther 2 reaction video? Yes, I do. Was it on purpose? Yes, it was. Do I apologize? No, I don't. But what I will tell you right now, folks, I don't know when you might see me again in the next few days, maybe a couple of weeks. I just want to take a little bit of time out from YouTube, maybe not shoot so many videos like every single day, because man, oh man, I just feel like I'm just getting punished by YouTube. It's just so ridiculous. I mean, I've been watching the numbers closely. I see what you're doing, YouTube. I see what you're doing with Jicky. And that's all I can do, man. But wow, this story is really, truly interesting. It really is. I mean, you can see this image here. Like, they're trying to redeem Batgirl right now, and I think it's actually past the point of being redeemable. It's irredeemable. The test screenings are awful, apparently, or the one or two they've had. I'm not surprised, you know, when you're ushering in a character that hasn't had any agency, hasn't had time to shine in their own films, and, you know, be like a guest star in like Superman or a Batman movie. And the weird thing now is like you're getting people like Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, who are doing cameos of characters they made famous in the first place. The reverse is happening. Why is that? Just give those people their own movies again and resurrect the DCEU without Zack Snyder. Just bring in some really good directors. You know what? They should get the Russo brothers to come in and help them out, because yeah, the Russo brothers might want to come back and do Secret Wars for Marvel. But I guess the Russo brothers are kind of fed up about what Marvel are doing with their characters right now. And if I were them, I would go somewhere else. So maybe Warner Brothers, knock on the Russo brothers' doors, give them more cash than Marvel can ever dream of, and see what happens. But on that one, folks, if you enjoyed this video today, this impromptu video, I thought I'd come out of my hidey hole and just make this video especially for you guys, because I love you so much. Give this video a like, share it wherever you can, and if I were you, and if you were me, I would check out the next video.
Bad news. The fog is getting thicker.
And Leon's getting larger.
Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
The First Amendment and boobs. So those are the only two things I believe in absolutely in the country.